Hey there, beautiful soul tribe. Welcome in. My name is Shannon. We've already got one. Thank you so much for joining me today. I trust that if you found this message, there is something in here for you and your soul's journey. Please only take what aligns with your story and always trust your own intuition in your situation, okay? So we've got the riddle here, which has come out pretty quickly. I'm getting here the life, yeah, all right. So I'm getting here kind of the mystery of life, solving the riddle of life. There might be something which you're confused about or you're not seeing a way out. See how these knots are kind of all, there's no way, like it's all tied together in one like knot, right? It looks like a bit of a Celtic knot here. You might have Celtic ancestry. Or a Celtic tattoo of some description here. But these hands under here are kind of placed so comfortably, like underneath, like just patiently kind of awaiting a solution here, or patiently working this out from a calm perspective. But there's other people, there's other hands here coming in, kind of maybe clouding your judgment around something. This is number 53, sorry. All right, we've also got the cave, right? So there's a light at the end of the tunnel here. There's something where I feel like you're in a bit of a like conundrum. You feel like you're in a bit of a dark space maybe at the moment, because we've also got, yeah, like this is kind of darkness here. You're kind of a bit like stuck maybe of a way out of a situation. You can't find the way out of this cave. I'm getting crown tingles when I say that. I might have to actually pop this up because I don't think we're going to have much room for tarot cards. Wait up. That's a bit better, I reckon. Yeah. So I think you're in a bit of a conundrum. Maybe you're not seeing a way out of a situation here. I'm actually going to get the book. Just bear with me, guys. I'm also getting a sense of maybe you've withdrawn a little bit, gone into a bit of a hermit mode or a little bit into your cave to basically have a think about things. Basically maybe looking at your life, looking at your circumstances, trying to find a solution in a situation, but understanding maybe that the solution is not going to be an easy one. There's like a sense of peace in these hands here. And here it's kind of thinking hands. You know, I feel like you've gone in the cave to maybe have a bit of a time out in this situation maybe. You're in a bit of a time out. This is like, I'm thinking of like the sage, you know, going in the cave, you know, taking time out from the world to kind of have a bit of introspection. The hermit, have a bit of introspection. There's actually two eyes here in this cave peeking out. So there's something in the darkness that maybe is still eluding you here, but there's light past it. There's a bright light past it. So there is light at the end of this tunnel. Potentially there is a bit of a darker energy that you kind of have to move through, a bit of a facing of your shadow side to move through this space, to come out the other side, kind of to get a clearer picture, okay, to get some clear insight into this situation. You kind of maybe feel bound by a situation here. There's something you might feel bound by. This is number 32, which breaks down to 5, which is around change. This one is 8 here, breaks down to an 8 with, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. 53 breaks down to an 8. So 8 is kind of movement, but there's something here that you're kind of maybe stuck on, right? Or 8 can mean a myriad of things, but it can be a point of like you're either walking away from something, you're walking towards something. 8 of Swords in the tarot means being stuck, being confused, kind of a self-imposed prison, not seeing a way out of the situation, not really realizing that you can get yourself out of a situation here. That's taking up too much space. I'm just going to move that over. So, yeah. In a bit of a hermit mode, maybe. Maybe having to do a little bit of shadow work, having to face some of that darker stuff, you know, to kind of calmly kind of move through this energy, which you might have felt bound to in some way, shape or form. All right, let's see what needs to come out from the tarot here for you guys. Again, thank you all for all the love and the comments and the subscribes and just the, yes, just, I guess it just, yeah, it encourages me to keep giving these readings. So thank you so much, guys. I really, really do appreciate it. And yeah, it's very encouraging. So thank you. All right, let's see what needs to come over. I've got the Tarot of Mystical Moments here. Let's see what needs to come out. Okay, Justice. Knight of Wands. Fire horse energy. This horse is like jumping through the fire here. I'm going to have to move that out a dash more because you guys still can't see it. I'm not used to this angle, so just bear with me, guys. I'm really sorry. I just want to move that up a bit more. There. That's better. That's a lot better. Then you can just see everything there. All right. Yeah, so we've got the Justice here. So she's kind of sitting on top of these buildings. She's got this power. She's kind of connected to, you know, the cosmos here. Her crown chakra is connected to spiritual wisdom. She's got the sword of truth. She's got the sword of action, but she's balanced in her decisive, in her action, in her whatever her decisive action will be. She's balanced in that. Hangman. I feel like this is you. I feel like this is your energy at the moment. Hanged Man. I feel like this is where you are. You're taking a divine pause. A pause for a cause. And I don't think you're super stressed. Although there might be some shadow stuff that you've got to move through. But I feel like you are managing this. I feel like you are managing this and you are really aware. Like your self-awareness is growing and your ability, your confidence in your ability to move through this and solve this riddle, or yeah, whatever this looks like, you feel confident in your ability to do so. Knight of Wands is Sagittarius energy here. I'm thinking of the fire horse energy here, of the fire horse here. This is bold movement forward. Okay, this is bold movement forward. Passionate movement forward. This might even be someone coming into you to speak or offer or come in with some kind of passionate communication. But I think you're kind of sitting, you're sitting in this cave here at this time, in this Hanged Man energy. And I see how the zip is kind of coming open here. As you spend more time kind of in this space, this might be kind of you going out into the world, doing your thing, but then also making time for this period of, I guess, introspection, all right? You're doing this. You're finding time in your day to do this. You're very at peace. It's almost like she's under the ground, but she's not. She's laying down, upside down. She's got the birds. She's got the leaves. She's very grounded in her energy. And I feel like this is you. This riddle or this something that you're thinking about could involve a passionate project of some description. It could involve a decision to go in a direction that you're very passionate about, but maybe you feel bound to something. It could also be something, this Knight of Wands could be something you feel bound to also. A Knight of Wands energy, potentially. What else needs to come through, please? What else? Oh, we've got Eight of Cups. So when I was talking about walking away, this could be something that you're considering. Walking away from something to embark on a new path. I'm drawn to everything being in pairs, right? 8 of Cups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all in perfect 2 of Cups, like all in perfect pairs. I'm thinking 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups. So whatever it is, I feel like you're walking towards your 2 of Cups because that's what the 8 of Cups kind of represents. Everyone else is kind of paired off. So this could be a romance or soulmate reading for you. Everyone else is kind of paired off, but this ladybird lady, this ladybird lady is on her own. So potentially she's walking the path to find her own ladybug man, partner, person. All right, so yeah. Swans mate for life here. That's a beautiful energy. And butterflies represent transformation. And maybe you have to kind of go through this fire, this kind of ring of fire to get to this other side. So it's a bit of a risk. It's a bit of a scary leap forward because you've got to go through the fire. As we sort of have said here, you've got to kind of go through a bit of shadow work or something to break through to the other side here, to solve this riddle, to find your 2 of Cups here. All right, we'll get one more. Got the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. So this is, yeah, as we were saying, this is you kind of perched. You're perched on the lighthouse. You're a bit of a beacon of light for others as well here. See this light here? You're becoming enlightened, okay? You're becoming enlightened. She's sitting on a lighthouse here. She's a beacon of wisdom for others. The ships are going by. They're able to see her and she shows them the way to go kind of thing. This light is showing you the path, but yes, you do have to go through a bit of this jazz first, I think. All right, last card for the reading in spirit. One more card. 2 of Swords. Okay. So making a decision, being a little bit up in your head about this decision. These 2 little birds. Now I'm drawn to, again, there's another pair. So there might be a decision about about following your heart and how you move through this to get to this place, to get to this kind of home space. Again, you're grounded though. You're very grounded. The moon is in the background here. It's in the background here too. So there's something around your intuition, which is obviously really important here as well. We'll get one more because the 2 of Swords kind of represents that indecisive energy and not seeing, because in the traditional tarot, she's wearing a blindfold. Well, you can see the grass is over her eyes, so she can't actually see here either. There's something that you're not seeing in this situation. You're in the dark about something. Potentially you're waiting for something to come to light to make a decision. But I feel like you already know. I feel like you already know where or what path you want to choose. You already know. It just might look a little bit, the path just might be a little bit scary, or there might be a little bit of uncertainty around this path forward. You might have to go through the fire. But you're coming from a balanced place. I think you're choosing the balanced path for you. One more, please, Spirit. One more. Or, yeah, one more. And we might get another oracle card, but we'll see. See how I feel. Tell us more, please, Spirit, about this riddle card, actually. Tell us more about this riddle. What is this riddle about? The Fool. The death card. Okay, so This riddle is about a new beginning, which you want to step into, which means something's got to end. This Fool card she's kind of standing on what looks like there's a crocodile underneath it. So I think, again, this leap of faith might be a little bit precarious, and, you know, there's going to be a few challenges if you decide on this path, okay? There's going to be a few challenges. See, this crocodile is kind of laying in wait, but she can't see the crocodile. And I think that's what you feel like. You can't see the path ahead. So you're not sure what's under the surface. You're not sure what's in the path ahead here. There's all these kind of imagery that's kind of alluding to not seeing, right? But you do know, and sometimes, you know, we do need to take that leap of faith, that risk, that choice to move through a little bit of turmoil to get to the other side, right? As long as you're safe to do so. If this is something that's close to your heart, then, you know, you go for it, right? And we've got the Death card here. So she's essentially, you can see her skeleton, but out of her skeleton is growing flowers. There's this butterfly which she's looking at here, which represents transformation, hope, new beginnings. So both of these are cards, essentially, of a new beginning. But this is also signifying that something needs to end quite final for this new beginning to take place, okay? Sorry, that's some children outside. I'm not sure I can hear them. So they're very loud. So yeah, I mean, out of this will grow and bloom a new beginning. It's a creative energy. New life is going to come from this. But yeah, there may be some trepidation around this new beginning and stepping into this, okay? I'm just going to get an oracle card to finish it out. So I'll just pause it and choose one for you guys. Just bear with me. Okay, I've decided on the Dark Moon Oracle, which is quite a new deck to me. So I will read the book though, because the advice is really beautiful in the book. So the cards look like this. All right, so I'm going to shuffle. I don't know if you can see me shuffling. You can hear me anyway. There we go. So I'm going to shuffle these and we'll see what needs to come out as your final piece of advice for this situation. Okay. Oops. Try to organise it so they're nice and neat in the side of your illusion. Breaking free of illusions. Okay, in a situation I'm getting a set especially. Now I've gotten this one every time, responsibility as well. You're letting go of a cycle to create something brand new from scratch. Okay, she's like literally putting the planets where they need to go. All right, I'm glad, like this is a good angle to see this these cards actually, because they're a bit harder to see, but they are beautiful. You can see how she's creating basically the solar system. Everything, putting every planet where it needs to go, like the goddess, right? There are a lot of goddess cards in here too. All right, let's get one. Breaking free from illusions, starting maybe over. Let's see. All right. See what needs to come out for you guys. Oops. Okay. What needs to come out, please, Spirit? What needs to come out? What needs to come out for the beautiful collective? Achievement. Amazing. Sagittarius energy again. She's got a bow and arrow here. Achievement. Number 9. Okay. So it is 45, sorry, but it breaks down to a 9. I feel like this might be the last card in this deck. So there is something around this transformation which is almost like everything that you've learned coming together in one big new beginning, brand new beginning, and everything you've learned consolidated, everything you've been through. Let's see. It's not quite, oh no, it's not quite the last achievement, okay? Here it is. So enjoying the ride, seeing the bigger picture, planning on your moves carefully, balancing your mindset, okay? It says balancing your mindset here. And as we said, that's kind of advice here, starting from a very balanced place. And maybe that's why you're taking this time out to kind of have this introspection, to go within, to get some answers, all right? This is the dark moon in Sagittarius, ahead of the new moon in Capricorn, hence the goat here, right? We've got her with her bow and arrow, then we've got the Capricorn goat there. So the rebirth of power now will come from being readily smart and strategic, right? Rather than crossing your fingers and hoping everything is okay. On a deeper note, think about your life philosophies. Are you committed to them, and are your actions aligned with them? This card suggests you can achieve whatever it is you want to, but you need to show up and do the work, okay? So yeah, you might have to go through a little bit of a tough period here, and there might be some hard work in front of you, right? With this ring of fire, this kind of shadow work here, maybe it might look like that. You know, there might be some risks involved, taking that leap of faith, okay? This card, yep, whatever you're working towards, be sure it's aligned with your principles. Knuckling down will help you achieve whatever it is you want to create in life. Finding that balance between enjoying the present and thinking about what you want to create is the key to unlocking your power. As they say, choose your hard. It's hard to stop just hoping for the best and to start doing the work for what you want. But it's even harder to not do the work and regret it lately. This isn't a dire warning, it's just a reminder that while optimism is good, don't ignore reality. A little bit of hard work will go a long way. So there could be, something that you might be sort of hiding away in the cave at the moment, as we said, taking some time out. But this is okay. Sometimes we do need to take some time out to get clear, realize what steps we need to take. The Saturn is in Aries right now. So that is around putting your practical, like putting plans and your passions into practical steps, right? Because Aries is about like that action orientated energy. Saturn is around, planning and being a bit strategic. Hence the Capricorn here, okay? Sagittarius is also fire, right? But then we've also got Neptune in the background, which is also in Aries. So that is around lofty dreams, following your dreams. They just came out of conjunction, Neptune and Saturn. So you've got some really beautiful energies here to support you moving forward, okay? Whew. All right, this was your reading, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Tell me if you didn't mind the different view. I like to mix it up a bit. Keeps it interesting for me as well. I quite like this because you can see the cards. So we'll do a bit of both, I think, on this channel. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me, guys. Mwah, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.